Hi guys, this is Jossie in the Transgender Effect. Thank you for tuning back. Today I want to talk about a video that I made about almost 4 years ago, and it was dealing with depression on the transgender life, part one. And I want to give you an updated version and a little more in-depth advice on how to deal with your depression. For one, I also want to, first and foremost, I want to say that I am not a certified physician. This is just based on my experience, and I don't hold any sort of credentials other than the fact that I'm transgender, and I have been dealing with depression prior to my transition, and now I'm still dealing with um, depression here and there, and I'll explain you later what are the motives of that and how those ones actually how they affect me now, compared to how it was before. To start, how it was before all of this transition happened. My depression was crippling. I couldn't even sometimes get out of bed. I I used to. It was really bad. Let's put it this way. I and there's a another video where I talk about a more obscure issue, and you will be able to understand the magnitude of those of that type of depression. And because I was because of my finances and stuff like that, I never had an issue. I never had a psychiatrist or a psychologist even to actually let me know that I have any issues with my depression and stuff like that. So even today, I do not know if I have any of that. But what I think that I'm very functional with and I think my depression right now it is fairly normal for the average human being. Um, it's not always peachy, and I wish that somebody would have told me what it was going to happen once I would be on hormone therapy and how was that gonna happen, and so I will be able to brace myself. It's kind of like somebody telling you, "Oh, you know what? You just have to jump on the water out off of this cliff, and that's fine." And you're like, "Okay, all right." Like, yeah, yeah, you'll be happy. You'll be a completely different person. And you're like, "Okay, all right, I like that idea. Okay, yeah, just go ahead and they push you." And the thing is that they never tell you what you're gonna feel in between the push, the sense of betrayal, and once you hit the water, which is basically just the like kind of saying like, "Oh geez," and the sense of regret. Why did I do this? And like they push you, and then you try to keep the contents of your stomach inside, and you're like, "Please, I don't want to choke in my own vomit." um, and then you hit the water, and you're like, "This is really cold." And I'm not going up. I'm moving, but I can't get up to the surface. And once you get out of the surface, everybody's like, "Yeah, yeah, you see, it was like nothing." Really? Because I thought I was gonna die. So yeah, it is a this the transition period, specifically when it comes down to your brain being readjusted because of the hormones. Your emotions are going to amplify, and your ups and downs are going to be very, very, very pronounced. And you really need to be all there, so you will be able to I mean, kind of handle it together, you know? Being a woman is not easy. It is like the emotional changes are the amplification. That was the one thing that actually took me the most to get used to. And that was the amplifications of my emotions. I just could not believe it was going to be that bad. Um, but now that everything has settled down in my mind, I was able to just start really thinking about it, um and right now the depression that I have is would be, excuse me, would be for having a crappy job, you know, instead of like, oh my gosh, nobody likes me because I made this option. Um, and one was once I was able to stop caring what others would think, or I thought they were clocking me, or they were like against me and stuff like that. Once I stopped caring, a lot of that depression went away. And when that went away, then I was able to handle more day to day real issues, such as it's gonna be too hot, don't wear makeup, your face is gonna be all greasy, and people are gonna see like a bright face on the train, you know? And it's not necessarily because of your smile. But the thing is that, or, you know, like, I need to tell my boss about this issue. All right. And things like that. Whereas before it was like, geez, I don't want to get on the train. I don't want to get on the train. I really don't want to get on the train. Because then, uh, people are going to be staring at me and stuff like that. I learned that um, even the people that basically they don't know anything about transgenders, let's say, which is like over 70% of the population, even with in this age of information, um, it's not 70% of the population that will be against you. Only very few people, only very few percentage will be going out of their own way to make your life miserable. Um, but then don't only see the bad things, see always the good things too. So you have about the same percentage of people that support you and they are okay with you and you're fine. They use the right pronouns. Some of them they might slip here and there, but that's okay. They're transitioning with you as well. And the rest of them, they really don't care. Actually, you know what? It actually, at one point, it clicked on my mind that when people stare at you, it is maybe because we always have been taught to put things where they belong. You know, like, oh, circles go in the circle. And the rectangle goes with the rectangle. And the star, where's the star? Where the star goes. Mm, the unicorn, there's no unicorn thing. So, and that's the thing is that, and sometimes they are just really just looking at you, trying to see like where they're gonna fit you, and but if they're not able to figure out, they're like, oh, okay, well, whatever, and it's gone. It's gone. They're not going to go out of their own way to go ahead and antagonize you and make your life miserable like others. But um, you just have to realize that not all those people actually really care about who you are, what you like, what are your views, or how you were raised, or um, if you believe in pasta or cheese or whatnot. They really don't care. So if you are, once you're aware of that, the amplifications of your feelings are going to be there. Uh, you gotta brace yourself, um, because it gets really rocky. Um, for some trans women, actually takes years. For some trans women, take months. For some trans women, they actually really don't think about it anymore, about that issue and stuff like that. And that's, in everybody's different. But I wish that somebody being was real and said like, well, you know what, this is gonna happen, and you're gonna eat dust more often of what you thought. Well, thank you very much. I look forward to that. And so I will be able to just prepare, you know. Um, yeah, that's a level. I know. That's a level. That's fine. That's a 7 foot level. I I install doors as well, so hey, that's okay. um, yeah, and I have a tool belt too, so the hottest thing ever. Anyways, so with with that being said, um, I wish that you can actually prepare, um, to talk to a psychiatrist or psychologist, whichever you might be thinking, or if you're feeling that this is actually is getting out of control, talk to a specialist so you will be able to manage that. And the depression cycles that you're going to go through, they're not going to be extended because there's a deficiency in your brain, of serotonin. It's very, very important. It's very important for you to feel not only safe, but being able to feel healthy. And again, there's no shame on mental illnesses. It's not, that's, I mean, I just passed a kidney stone, actually two, one this morning. And everybody has deficiencies. So don't try to be Wonder Woman and pretend that everything is peachy. It's okay to be vulnerable, but you have to look for the answers. You have to look for treatment if you need it. Um, and I care that you will be able to understand these issues and be able to, and if they're gonna help you, great. And if don't, somebody else might be benefit from this conversation. and to show them that basically even, I mean, I've been hormone therapy for over 5 years, and um, I'm still human, and that's okay. This is life, and um, I just hope that you, like, whoever needs to hear this, that you will understand that it is it is imperative for you to uh, be able to get help, um, so you will be able to enjoy life. Um, I wish that I could have, if I was that I was able to do my transition when I was in my 20s. Gosh, it would be so different. It would have been so different. But then again, there were different times. And but my gosh, that dog. I gotta go, guys. Thank you very much for tuning. Please make a comment, subscribe, and like. Um, if you're again, uh, if you want to share insights of your own life, uh, put it, like, if you want to put it in the comments section, that's fine. Do not put your email addresses, please. um it is like, I just be safe. um if somebody wants to actually go ahead and get more into conversation with you and stuff like that, if there are other um groups on Facebook that are actually limited, and they do a checkup on stuff like that on your profile to make sure that basically if you're another transgender person, only transgender people will be able to get into it and being able to talk about those issues. And then you start messaging privately and stuff like that, and that's one way to do it. This is a educational channel, and I cannot I cannot be there all the time. I wish I could, but I can't. Again, I am not a certified person. I am not a certified physician. I am not a certified or trained or hold any credentials about psychology or psychiatry. But you really need to have a local group of people that will be able to understand you, go to your community, and be able to just make some friends, so you can talk about these issues. You can talk about through your depression. You can talk about it and be able to be more healthy, um, because life is worth it. And and I think that this will help in a great deal. Thank you very much for tuning back, guys. I'll see you guys next time. I'm sorry about the length of this video, but it's a lot of information, and this is like about the 28th time that I record this thing. This is the first time, I guess, like, prior to less than 35 minutes. Can you imagine? Anyways, thank you, guys. Talk to you later, and have a wonderful day. In the meantime, keep on smiling. Bye.